Trump is a liar, and in this video we'll show you exactly why. We will prove it analyzing this video. Let's start.
Confronted Kim Jong-un, and all of a sudden I got a call they'd like to meet. It was like, and we
When
met.
you say confronted him,
and we met in
what did you
Singapore.
say to him?
Well, verbally I confronted him. You know that. He said, I have a red button on my desk, meaning a nuclear button. I said, I have a red button on my desk too, but it's bigger and stronger than yours, and
Never happened.
mine works. And they said, whoa, nobody's ever talked to us that way. I took a lot of heat when I said that.
It never happened, and I will explain you exactly why. Number 1. Kim Jong-un does not speak English. And ChatGPT tells you exactly that. Does Kim Jong-un speak English? ChatGPT tells us. There is no public confirmation that Kim Jong-un speaks English fluently. While he was educated in Switzerland, he typically uses interpreter during diplomatic meetings. Some sources suggest he may understand English to some extent, but he has no publicly demonstrated proficiency. Not publicly demonstrated, what does it mean? That we have never seen him talking in English. And if you don't trust ChatGPT, then let's look at the video proving exactly that.
Peninsula. Thank you very
Look at this one now that they shake hands.
much. It's fantastic.
He barely looks at Trump. He doesn't even say thank you.
But no.
See, he doesn't speak English there. Another example. He is speaking Korean.
President Trump has just walked across the demarcation line that made him the first U.S. president to visit our country.
이 행동 자체만 보시지 말고
Does not speak English. Again. One more example, and then we don't need a ton of them. You can also look them for yourself if you don't trust this video.
오늘 대통령이 물리선을 넘어서 우리 땅을 밟는데
So he speaks through an interpreter. Plus, you have to consider that talking in person is much easier because you can use your hands, you can use a smile, you can use the verbals, and you still have the interpreter close to you in case you trip. However, to call somebody, to threaten somebody in their language, to do high-stakes negotiations, which include threatening a nuclear war, without having a strong command of the English language is not something that any leader will do. Plus, the moment you start speaking English, you already give away power because you are communicating in their language, in a language where you are not skilled. So this is already a non-starter. Trump said that Kim Jong-un called him or told him in person that he has a big red button in English is simply a non-starter. It's a lie. Number 2, it's a terrible negotiation strategy to start from your biggest trump card. You don't start with your biggest weapon. You first start friendly and then little by little you escalate if it's necessary. And this is not about being nice, this is about being effective. Al Capone said it best. You go further in life with a nice word and a gun than just with one of those. This is because if you start with your biggest weapon, with your threat, you have nowhere else to go. You corner yourself and you corner them. It's not effective because they only have one response: submit or attack back. And you only have one response. Go ahead with your threat or submit. It's just poor negotiation. And I don't know Kim Jong-un, maybe he's a complete idiot. However, I don't think he's an idiot at that level. Plus, he has a team of negotiators that help him. Instead, the smart negotiator first goes friendly and then, little by little, he escalates. This is why the Godfather usually say we can be friends, we can gain with each other, you can be my friend, I can help you with this. If you're not my friend, then comes the threat. Then we may have some problem. However, also notice that the threat is often not openly stated. Why not? Because again, it's poor negotiation. When you threaten somebody, especially if you're threatening high-power dominant men, and almost all despots are high-power dominant men, you trigger in them the will to push back, to attack back, even when they are weaker. Despots are proud. Trump is a proud man, probably because he's also a narcissist. So that type of negotiation does not work. Number 3. In the story, as Trump says it, Kim Jong-un conveniently submits very quickly and completely. How convenient for Trump. Doesn't that make you think already that at best this is a very embellished story where Trump looks great and wins quick and easy? Yes, it does. Why? Because most likely it is heavily embellished. Go ahead in life, try to threaten anybody that directly, that violently, see how it goes. Most people would push back. And again, especially when they are despots. Think in the shoes of Kim Jong-un. He has grown up in a country that glorifies him as a god. Do you think that at the very first person who pushes back, he will roll over backwards like a bitch? I don't think so. Again, it's very convenient for Trump, which again, it gives you a strong hint that the story is probably not true. In my experience, most high power men, when you threaten them, they will push back against you. Number 4, this is also not effective for Trump to reply the way he did, and it's not high power. I will give you a couple of examples. Imagine you have a big tank and you end up in a road rage with a guy in front of you who's got a Fiat 500. The Fiat 500 guy comes out of the car, threatens you, then goes back in the car and threatens you to ram with his Fiat 500 against your big tank. Would you reply to him, my car is bigger and stronger? No. Why not? Because it is so fucking obvious. When things are obvious, you let the facts and reality do the high power talk for you. To puff up your chest when you're in a tank sounds incredibly weak. Everybody knows that the United States will destroy North Korea in a blink of an eye. United States is the strongest military in the world. Everybody knows it. Kim Jong-un knows it. And any advanced country will destroy North Korea anyway. So to even say that my red button is bigger than yours, it is weak because you even consider it as a possibility that the two of you could be in a matchup. It is not. I'll give you another example. A trained fighter or a big bodybuilder. If somebody pushes against him or threatens him, he will not say, my bicep is bigger than yours. He will say, go ahead, man, make your move, see what happens. Something like that. That is high power. That conveys more confidence. So again, Trump's reply here is not designed to be effective. It's designed to make the people who believe in this kind of story, to make certain type of men feel all proud because they have this big strong man in charge, so they can also feel a little bit more high power themselves. In short, this is absolutely not true. Also the fact that Kim Jong-un tells him, nobody talk to us like that. Guys, think for a second. Do you think anybody will reply that? No. Why? 1, because it's so stupid that we should not even discuss it. And 2, because Kim Jong-un will give his weakness away to Trump and nobody does it in negotiations. If Kim Jong-un say that, he will be sub-communicating this. Mr. Trump, talk to me like a strong man and I will submit to everything you say. That is the sub-communication there. No fucking way anybody will do that. If anything, if this were true, I would interpret it as reverse psychology, such as you pretend you're giving away your weakness so that your opponent keeps using it, but it's not your weakness. However, I don't think this is the case at all, because this simply never happened. And to me, it's even more worrying that so many guys are actually falling for that. I will show you now some of the responses that this video got. So one of them says, I have a red button on my desk and mine works. Ha ha ha. So this guy obviously believes it's true and he found it funny. And then there is a short that just published that little snippet. And look at the comments, and mine works is wild. And mine works that savage. LOL. Bro really said you're not special, little bro. Man, these men are so naive. If you are one of them, please wake the fuck up. I am so convinced that this story never happened that I will bet half of my net worth that it never happened, even if they gave me super low odds, because I am so sure that it's not true, that it never happened, that for me this will be very easy money. So don't be naive, guys, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.